Healthy on a budget. Kristen Allen is at the First Alert Safety Desk this morning. Kristen, you spoke with the dietitian from Aurora Baycare Medical Center, and they've got some tips for us this morning.
That's right, Emerson. Many foods that are considered healthy or organic foods are already expensive, and that cost is on the rise along with other groceries. That's especially true for some of those protein sources that we need to maintain a healthy diet, like meat and eggs, which of course are the bulk of the expense. But there are some simple swaps you can make and even ways to find deals. For healthy options that are high in protein and more affordable, you can try things like Greek yogurt and cottage cheese, adding that to your breakfast or lunch. For example, making a yogurt parfait for breakfast with that Greek yogurt. Legumes and quinoa, also healthy but cheaper options to add to meals. Some other tips include making a list before you go to the grocery store to avoid impulse buys. The dietitian we spoke with says the cost of food doesn't have to be a barrier to good health.
I always recommend going to stores that have discounts. There are some in the community that do have cheaper options. And then also with any store in general, looking at the ads ahead of time, because most of the time they'll have some sort of meat on sale, whether it's pork loins or ground turkey, ground beef, chicken breasts. Try and make your meal plan around the protein sources that happen to be on sale.
Another good idea is to take inventory of what you already have in your fridge and pantry before going to the grocery store and using those for inspiration for meal planning. There's also apps that you can use where you plug in the ingredients that you have on hand and it gives you a recipe. Those are both good ways to save money and not waste food and be able to use what you have. Tammy?
Good.